Welcome to Red Eye. I'm Greg Gutfeld, or as I'm known in Dubai as Paula Abdul. Let's go to TV's Andy Levy for our pregame report. Andy, what's coming up on tonight's show?
Thanks, Greg. And in the North Sky, time flies faster than morning, America. Our top story tonight, Facebook has its IPO. I don't know what that means, but stick around and let's find out together, shall we? Plus, are a man and woman about to spend time in a Dubai prison for having sex in the back of a taxi? Some say maybe, but others say maybe not. And finally, what do British women say makes the perfect man? I can make a joke here about just wanting him to have decent teeth, except not only would that be hacky, it would also be outdated since British people generally no longer have awful teeth, so I won't. Greg?
That was kind of a backhanded insult.
I don't believe it was, sir.
Well, at least
I believe it was a four-handed compliment.
Oh, well, in that case, all is good. See you later. Let's welcome our guest. Well, she's so hot that her chair requires a trivet. I'm here tonight with Fox News Channel anchor Juliet Huddy. Don't do that, please. And he tickles more ribs than a thoracic surgeon. It's David Angelo, writer and comedian. That's two things. Yay. And he's now worth 25 cents a share in Bryant Park. It's Bill Schultz. And he's so sharp, he moonlights as an ice pick. Sitting right next to me, Michael Moynihan, contributing editor for Reason magazine. And his ideas face rejection in the upcoming election. It's our New York Times correspondent. Good to see you again, Pinch.
Today in Architecture Review, reporter Michael Kilman profiles Medellin, Colombia. Once famed for murder and cocaine, it is now drawing notice for one of its more ambitious urban projects. For example, there's a new grindy teeth dentistry on Blow and Rails Boulevard. At the Say Hello to My Little Friend AK-47 firing range on Disco Dust Way. And of course, the newly opened Booger Sugar Burgers on Twitchy Street. Greg?
Yeah, it's weird. Only Bill Schultz would get those jokes.
I don't know who he is, but I have a script I'd like to tell you about.
All right. Should they be stealth about their wealth? Well, on Friday, Facebook went public, whatever that means, turning hoodie-wearing founder Mark Zuckerberg into one of the richest people on earth, worth about $50,000 billion. His employees also benefited, the offering creating 1,000 instant millionaires. That's them right there. Not sure, really. But will they keep the IPO on the down low? The New York Times reports that at Facebook and elsewhere in tech, peer pressure demands that you do not overdo it. With one company exec noting, quote, if someone buys a fancy car and posts a picture of it, they get ridiculed and berated. And lore has it that just before Google went public in 1987, I believe, a senior manager holding a baseball bat warned staff that anyone who showed up to work in a flashy sports car would soon find its windows smashed. For more, let's go live to Red Eye senior financial correspondent who's been following the price of Facebook shares. That kitten is now worth $16 billion.
Wow, Greg.
Yes, it tasted great. Michael, you're a libertarian.
Yes.
You believe in free markets and
I do.
free minds,
Yes.
free drugs, free whatever.
drugs,
Is there something wrong with this kind of peer pressure and guilting people into not spending their wealth, or is there something right about it?
There's nothing right about it. There's nothing wrong about it. It is incredibly stupid, though, because the New York Times story did note that Mark Zuckerberg, he is the man that's pushing this because he wears hoodies.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, no, every time I see him, I'm distracted and think, that guy doesn't have billions of dollars. He's wearing a really bad hoodie.
Yes.
I mean, the whole idea, too, of that, I was just reminded of it when you were reading that bit. It reminds me of that Goodfellas scene where they pull off the Lufthansa heist and the guy pulls up with the pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
It's like a mafia code. Like, we all know,
yeah,
but don't tell because that would make people feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's why they tell the employees to go kiteboarding instead of golfing.
Yeah,
because only poor people kiteboard.
No, it's the lower middle class sport of kiteboarding, which I do in the Walt Whitman Project.
David, good to see you. If you were Zuckerberg, how would you celebrate tonight? Do you have any thoughts on this?
Oh God, Zuckerberg. He's got it. This he's so rich now. He's Ask Jeeves is his actual butler. I mean, that's how much money he has. And what do you get that guy?
Yeah.
What can you get him that he doesn't already have? My social security number. Okay.
I was just thinking, is Ask Jeeves still around?
No,
I don't think so.
If they were.
Well, at least you didn't do an Alta Vista digital joke because I would have been completely confused. Juliet, should these young millionaires and billionaires be hiding their wealth, and how soon will you be dating one?
Wait a second, that's kind of a funny question to ask. We won't get into that. Should they be hiding their wealth? No, that's strange. It's so like granola-y. It's so Silicon Valley-y, isn't it? I mean, come on, it's so hackneyed. Just go and buy your Ferrari and enjoy it. And whoever said, I don't know if that's true, that story about the guy, the head of one of these companies that said he bashed somebody's Ferrari windows, and you do that, you get run over by my Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
This is a scary thing, though. Can you imagine, like, if you spend 500 years trying to be a doctor, and it brings like work rejection to a whole new level. You apply for a job at Facebook and you get rejected. I mean, let's say you're actually up for something, you get rejected. You're like losing millions of dollars without ever being hired.
That's a good point. Thing is, if I were them, I would probably do what Zuckerberg did. I would buy like a modest 2-bedroom house, but it would be made from human flesh, which you can get on Craigslist. Bill, if you were suddenly Facebook rich, in how many hours would you be dead?
I don't think I would. I think I would reinvest myself into the community, involve myself with some charities, and do skyscrapers worth of blows for sure. But I did, after all of this happened, Facebook basically became ready to set all sorts of IPO records for the first day in. And what we all know, for all you laymen out there, IPOs is intelligence people are obnoxious.
Yes, true.
And I am educating you on that, but that's because I'm intelligent. So therefore, it's not sour grapes. I'm admitting that I'm obnoxious right now. Now I go to my foosball table because work is play and play is work. Welcome to Silicon Valley.
And I would say that when Bill builds the Bill Schultz Children's Puppet Theater of cocaine, that will be, I'll look forward to that day. Can I say something about Mark Zuckerberg and why I want to punch him in the neck?
Why?
There was a quote in, I brought quotes.
Good.
It's like bringing clips. He said this, simply put, he said this in an email to the newly minted bazillionaires. Simply put, we don't build services to make money. We make money to build better services. I mean, like, is there anyone that believes that a company that's going public, that has, bazillions of dollars and is fairly generous with it, granted, that they're not in the business of making money? Because it sort of underscores this point, I don't know if it's a post-Occupy Wall Street point or something, of that everyone is completely ashamed to have money.
Well,
it's like you guys are creating wealth, you're creating jobs, and you're creating a great free service.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, I have everybody is somehow ashamed of. I say that if you make you should be seen as a professional athlete, but your playing field is the economy, and you should be treated like the kids should be going, wow, I want to be that guy, instead of, oh, you better hide your wealth. When is Obama going to order them to pay their fair share? When is that going to happen? But I got a question. Does anybody know? Because I don't. Aside from the foosball, what do you actually do? What's the work day at Facebook? What do you do? Do you know?
Hackathons. They make code. I don't know what that means. But
How
they
do you
make code.
The workday at most jobs is Facebook. So what do they do?
They do other people's
Wait, what are they going to be? What do they go on?
They're working on insurance deductibles.
Yes, exactly. I should be sending the work I don't do while I'm on Facebook. See, I don't go on Facebook anymore. And this is the other thing.
It's the devil.
Well, no, sooner or later,
No, it's causes problems.
When a young person, when that first young person says, "I'm bored with Facebook because all my teachers are on there." When your teachers are on there, it's over. Then you're going to. I don't see how this thing makes money.
I cannot tell you how many fights I have gotten into with beaux and husbands about Facebook. And people posting on Facebook. It is the devil. I'm telling you.
How do you get into a fight with a little
because
bow in your hair?
little.
Sorry, I'm not aware of your vernacular or your paramour's.
I know, it's crazy. I speak English. It's a weird thing.
I don't know.
You've been courting.
I don't know. I do think this. We were joking about it, but I think cocaine was invented to mediate this kind of wealth. Because, like, rich. No, like if you're
spend it fast.
Yeah, you spend it faster. I mean, you got to keep these people from buying tigers.
This is actually a good point. Is like, where are there going to be no like Jay McInerney novels from Silicon Valley? Because everyone's like sitting around like on their expensive European bicycles, like riding in circles. Like, I don't have a car.
Remember though, they're optimistic and they're young. They're 25 years old. They'll change. You'll change.
But how is a 20-grand bicycle like better than an 8-ball?
Because nobody knows it. That's the only thing. And they say that. Like, they don't know it's an expensive bicycle, so it's fine.
This is a very upsetting conversation.
That's why we will move on.
I do not like this.
From winners to losers. I wasn't advocating anything. I'm just saying that's what happens when you have a lot of money. If you look at Hollywood, for example, that's where all the money goes. That and divorces. I'll keep reading. Well, they're trying to lure the sexually pure. Yep, MTV is casting for a reality series about young adults.